The Quad partners, India, Australia, Japan, and the United States, have jointly launched a sweeping framework to fundamentally alter the global high-tech supply chain. Named the Quad Critical Minerals Initiative, this agreement marks a transition from diplomatic alignment into hard coordinated industrial policy. The core objective is clear: secure the rare element essential for semiconductors, electric vehicles, and advanced defense systems, protecting the industrial bases of these four democracies from foreign economic cohesion. At the heart of this initiative is a massive financial commitment. The Quad partners intend to mobilize up to $20 billion in combined government and private sector support. This capital pool will inject funding directly into mining, processing, and recycling infrastructure. Rather than funding random global ventures, the alliance is establishing a Quad Nexus filter. Priority will be given to strategic projects located inside member nations, operated by companies headquartered within the alliance or directly supplying Quad markets. To de-risk these massive capital expenditures, the partners are unleashing the full weight of their public financing tool, deploying export credit agencies, development of financial institutes, guarantees, and direct subsidies to draw in private venture capital. However, the alliance recognizes that financing is only half the battle. Bureaucratic red tape has historically stalled mining infrastructure for years. To counter this, the framework initiates a deep regulatory alignment. The four nations will share data on technical approaches to streamline and shorten domestic permitting and licensing timelines. But while they are cutting domestic red tape, they are also hardening their economic defenses. The framework specifically calls for the expansion of legal authorities to review, monitor, and potentially block critical mineral transactions that threaten national security. Furthermore, the partners are exploring coordinated market mechanisms to actively counter non-market policies, price manipulation, and unfair trade practices from competing nations. Significantly, the Quad is looking beyond traditional mining by aggressively targeting what experts call the urban mine. The third pillar of this agreement focuses entirely on recycling and recovery. Millions of tons of electronics and industrial scrap contain high concentration of rare elements that are currently thrown away. Under this new agreement, the Quad will collaborate on advanced recycling technologies, fund robust domestic collection networks, and look into streamlining import and export procedures for electronic waste. This will allow valuable scrap materials to move smoothly across alliance borders for processing without getting bogged down in customs. By linking Australia's vast natural reserves and the financial depth of the United States with the advanced technologies and manufacturing scale of Japan and India, the Quad is attempting to build a completely self-contained diversified market. Today, China controls an overwhelming 85 to 90% of global processing for rare earth, vital for military radars and missile systems. For lithium, the lifeblood of EV batteries, their share sits at 65%, while cobalt sits at 70%. The margin gets even tighter in core components. China processes 90% of the world's graphite for battery anodes and a staggering 95% of gallium, which is absolutely critical for next-generation military electronics and semiconductors. But the strategic message from today's summit in New Delhi is unmistakable. The Quad is shifting from diplomatic conversations to direct economic action to break this dependency. It is a direct acknowledgement that resources security is now synonymous with national security. Whether this $20 billion framework can permanently break established global monopolies remains to be seen, but the map of the international trade has been just fundamentally redrawn. Tune into our channel for more such updates. I'm Shreya signing off.